Hey everybody, welcome to episode 66 of Select Start. I am JT.
I'm Will. I just
There we
noticed Skype thing derping out there on the stream.
go. I was waiting for you to say something. I was like, I know he's been doing this long enough now to where he should know what to say next.
Yeah, but the Skype thing distracted me for like all of 2 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed. Facebook's been derping out on us a lot lately. Every time I try to post something, it doesn't do it.
What, Facebook?
Yeah, like I've got to tell it like 2 or 3 times to post.
Yeah.
But whatever. This is episode 66. That's pretty cool. We're gonna hit episode 69 soon. I was just given the suggestion that we should do a special episode for episode 69. I suggested doing a top 10 list of our favorite female characters in video games, and
No.
yeah, that's pretty much the answer I got.
No.
Oh, you don't like that? I do. I think it's
We're not
funny.
doing that, JT. We're not doing that.
Yeah, we'll save that for October. What? Female Gamer Awareness Month.
Appreciation Month with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You idiot.
It could be both.
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's see. I've got all my things up and ready to go. I've got some good ones. I just don't know where to start.
Look, JT. Drinking Coke.
Oh, good.
It's
About time.
backwards.
Taste. You somehow has it. What?
Taste.
What? Okay, since we were just talking about females in games, we can start with... Hold on. I got this. Where is it? Ah! Halo 4. This is relevant,
Yes.
I promise. And this is actually pretty cool. I like this. The article is titled, and this article came out a couple days ago, so if you already heard about this, whatever. But it's Halo 4 punishes sexism. I think this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Sexism is not. This is off the article. Sexism is not okay. Simple concept, right? Yet every time I sign on to Xbox Live, I encounter sexism, the likes of which I would never see anywhere else. Entire lobbies erupt into riotous catcalls of "Show me your boobs" and "Get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich." Guys who get headshotted by female players throw around the nastiest and most disgusting misogynistic slurs that wouldn't be acceptable if uttered anywhere else in the civilized world. There's no denying that the online shooter community has become one of the most disgusting cesspools of bigotry and prejudice the modern world has ever seen. And the Halo 4 dev team is stepping up to say that this is not okay. I think it's been that disgusting cesspool of bigotry and prejudice for a long time. I think just that being Halo 4, it's a lot more noticeable because there's a lot more people playing it.
Call of Duty's worse.
Oh God, yes. I think I think Team Fortress 2 is pretty mild.
Yeah, TF2 isn't that bad. TF2 is more hilarious whenever people try and bitch at each other and that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because most of the time, you don't get any creative trolls in TF2. You either get the really witty people who come back at the crappy trolls, or just the crappy trolls.
First of all, let's make it clear that women played a key role in the creation of Halo 4, and those women don't take sexism lightly. Halo 4 executive producer Kiki Wolfkill, and 343 Industries head Bonnie Ross publicly denounced sexism in a recent interview with GameSpot. Not only did they say that this rampant sexist behavior is flat out unacceptable, they also instituted a zero-tolerance policy toward anyone found behaving in a sexist manner. Offenders will be banned for life. Yes, those little sexist slurs that you find so funny can now get you a lifetime ban from Halo 4, so watch your mouths. It can be dangerous. Wait, who said? Oh, Wolfkill says it can be dangerous to give adolescents a broadcast mechanism. There are always there are always going to be jerks out there, and if you give them a way to express that side of their personality without being seen, you're going to see this type of behavior manifest itself. I think it's awesome that they've taken this approach. But, I mean, it's in more than just a sexist way. I mean, it goes beyond that. But, I mean, I guess the whole just general trolls has kind of been attacked already. Like, they're already aware of that and keep an eye out on it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know, I think that's a pretty cool approach, though.
Yeah, it is.
You've played Halo 4, yeah?
Yep.
Have you noticed any of this, like, when you play? Or?
I turn off the chat.
Yeah, see, I'll turn it off when I get enough of the idiots, and then I shut it down. But people ruin it for everybody, I guess. Is that the right way to do it? Well, no, I guess not, because they're not punishing everybody. But I'm sure it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, they could just cut out voice chat altogether.
Dick's getting what they deserve.
Dick's getting what they deserve.
Yep, and that's nothing.
Okay, in the realm of first-person shooters, I'm kind of getting the little topics out of the way here. Pakistan bans Black Ops 2 and Medal of Honor Warfighter. I don't have a picture for Medal of Honor, but I do have the Black Ops 2 logo. All right, military shooters called.
Hey, look, an FPS, one of the biggest cesspools on the internet.
Yeah, you know what? I think a lot of it started right there too, right in the Black Ops. Yeah. That's
Call of Duty is kind of terrible.
That's like, do you wear afflicted t-shirts, tap out t-shirts? Oh, you'll love Call of Duty. Because you're a douchebag. Military shooters Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Medal of Honor Warfighter have been ordered to be removed from shops in Pakistan following store owners raising concerns that both games depict the country as a training ground for terrorism. Maybe not the entire country, but
only the stupid people.
Maybe not the entire country is a training ground for terrorism, but I'm sure there's a few areas that people specifically don't, go on vacation to because they'll get shot or something. This is the best part of this article because this is so ridiculous. Fox News reports say that the games were removed across the country after and this is the thing, All Pakistan CD, DVD, Audio, Cassette Traders and Manufacturers Association released a memo to boycott the games. That's the APCDACTM.
Or the
or something that only they can pronounce in their language, the Apataxum. I can't even. I got nothing. The statement by these people indicates that this association indicates the group has always taken a stance against such games. It further notes that store owners found in possession of these games will face unspecified consequences. I would hate to know what those are. I hope it's just something like we'll shut your business down. And I only say that because it could be pretty. Yeah, I only say that because it could be pretty rough over there.
They get shot. Yes, we're not terrorists.
They're a bit rough over there. It's a completely different world.
Of course, anything that we say is not to be taken seriously before anybody rags on me for saying the shot part.
Or the whole country being a terrorist place part. The associations always boycott these types of films and games. These games have been developed against the country's national unity and sanctity. This is a quote. Like, they're stating that this game was built to tear them apart. Like, this game was made to make the country not, it's to discourage them as a country. Yeah. The games have been, Medal of Honor and Call of Duty have been developed against Pakistan, and the association has completely banned their sales. Shopkeepers are warned and will be responsible for the consequences if found purchasing or selling these games.
People... I think game developers should just make their main antagonists the Irish. because
Why?
nobody from here would give a fuck.
Uh, According
And
to,
would you want to mess with an Irish person in a video game?
they had them in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Exactly, and they were badass.
They were pretty badass. According to the report issued by APCDACTM President Salim Memon decided to issue the ban on Black Ops 2 and Warfighter after receiving dozens of complaints about their content. Both games feature sequences set in Pakistan. Sequences. It's not like, I mean, I haven't played through all of the Black Ops 2 storyline, but there's not even,
Have you played any shooter in the past couple of years?
Yeah, I know.
Like the storyline? Most of
Yeah.
them are based in the Middle East. Like,
Yeah.
I can see what they're getting at. It does seem like the Middle East is being targeted for, but due to what's been going on in the Middle East, there is reasons behind it. It's an easier way to, set up a grand antagonist for a game going off events that have happened in real life. That said, the constant use of it, I understand what they're getting at about it sort of saying that the country is
Evil.
being singled out
Yeah. Oh.
and
Yeah.
being shown as evil.
Yeah, I can understand that too. I have a little bit of sympathy as to where all the military first-person shooters recently have taken place with enemies in the Middle East, but can you blame the creators though at the same time? I mean, they're not going. They're going to sell something. Okay. The bulk of people, or not, maybe not the bulk, but a big fraction of the people who purchase Call of Duty are military vets. Or people that are currently in the military.
A fair portion of people who do play the Call of Duty games are people who have had military experience or are interested in the military. Like, I used to play World of Warcraft with a few soldiers, and they loved Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But
a lot of them are. So the games... Go ahead.
The thing is, though, they weren't under the impression it's like, Call of Duty is showing, how it's actually like over there. It's like, no, it's just a game. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. I mean, like, the game creators who are doing it, they're probably not thinking it's like, yes, we're doing this because then we'll have all of the world and all of America hate them.
Yeah. It's the point is they're going to sell stories that are going to affect or inspire their main target audience to purchase it. That's what it boils down to. I mean, they could pick other locations. They could, other nationalities, and it'd probably still sell great. But right now, currently, that's just what's working for them. I mean, it's disappointing that they've taken it so offensively, but it is what it is when it boils down to it. I mean, it's too late to change it now.
For example, look at like James Bond films. One of the main nationalities being his enemies: the Chinese.
Russian.
The German.
Yeah, they've kept it pretty broad.
Yeah. It's pretty much like all of the people who in the past have had something tied into them. Like, there have been wars tied in with like China and stuff. There have been, the Cold War in Russia.
Yeah.
What were the other ones I listed? Germany. There were two big wars about that I can't remember, but there were two of those. And then there was like the UK, which was kind of like in the middle of those two big wars as well.
Yeah. It says, to continue that quote, there's speaking under the condition of anonymity, a Pakistani security official told the site that the games are in fact psychological warfare, and the quote says, "These games are an effort to malign the minds of youth against Pakistan," this person said. This official further claimed that the games are American attempts to convince Pakistanis that they should accept Pakistan as a failed country and one that is home to terrorists. That's pushing it.
People read into games way too much. I wouldn't say it's psychological warfare. Like, there is a psychological degree behind it. People look at that game, look at the real world, and be like, well, stuff like that's kind of happening. Maybe this could be what's happening later in the future. But instead, people kind of get way too wound up about it. Instead, they could just be like, okay, it's a game. It's a game. That's it. Just move on from that and, continue playing the game, and don't look at it as a sort of brainwashing attempt, a psychological warfare attempt. It's just a game. People are playing it to have fun. They're using pretty much past experiences and past events just to bolster up what they can use for the game. Also, it's Call of Duty. People shouldn't take Call of Duty that seriously, considering Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3 have all been based around the Middle East.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's always people that are going to get affected a lot more than others, and it's just unfortunate when those people are in some sort of power or control to where they could do things like this.
The thing is, though, Modern Warfare doesn't directly say, or Call of Duty games don't directly say, like, real life sort of figures that have done this. They make up their own characters and have their own sort of story for it. But
I have
people are just like, yeah.
I have a feeling that if this really becomes a big deal, that in the future, like the next game, they're going to have a disclaimer in the beginning saying that this game isn't meant to replicate such and such. Anything to make it seem okay. So, if the country decided to sue, Activision or EA, actually, you know what? They should sue EA.
You know what they should do in the next game?
What?
They should make it that you're playing as someone from the Middle East, and you're playing as the Middle East, and the Americans are the antagonists.
No, that wouldn't sell. That'd sell in that country, but that's it.
See, that's the only reason they're thinking about it, is like, it wouldn't sell. I'd buy it. I'd buy it and play it because...
And would you lose intentionally?
No. I buy it because it's a different perspective on the game, and I do like the Call of Duty series. Like, people who like the series play it for the online. They don't play it for the story.
Yeah.
I think, like, probably like 70% of Call of Duty players at the moment haven't even played the story.
Yeah, a lot of them do play it for that.
Yeah.
But if you were, like I said, a large fraction of, or a large portion of the Call of Duty purchasers or, people buying the game are military people, American more than likely. Do you really think that they're going to go and they're going to buy a thing where they're a Pakistani or someone from Afghanistan running around shooting up Americans? Well,
they play it mostly for the multiplayer. They're shooting other Americans anyway and getting cussed out by 12-year-olds.
As a visual, it's it's what you see though.
But see, that's the thing. On multiplayer, you get assigned a different team, and people don't even give a damn whenever they're playing as that team, because you play as like Middle East or America or
but if they know what the game's about though, they're gonna be like, oh fuck that, I'm not gonna blah blah blah. Crude remark that I won't say here. Yeah.
Like, no offense, like you're one of my best friends, you're American, but the amount of people in your country that are stupid is stupid.
I think it might just be a little bit more obvious.
Yes.
Alright, let's see. Speaking of companies, hold on, let me cue this up. Speaking of companies that...
This is going to make you cry, isn't it?
No, this one's not going to make you cry. This one's going to make you laugh. Sony. I'm really getting good at pointing. Sony, right up here. They are being fined. Sony EU or Sony Europe, whatever you want to call it. Now, before
I know this one.
Before I go in on this, I thought that this would be like just Sony. Period. Sony Computer Entertainment. Not specifically Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, but apparently they're the reason for that big PlayStation Network hacking issue back in 2011, and just recently, like very very recently, within the past couple days, they got sued for £250,000. That's a lot of money.
God damn it, Sony, get your shit together.
ICO it's not ICO like the gaming company, not this particular one. ICO is an independent authority tasked with looking after the information rights of the public. David Smith, Deputy Commissioner and Director of Data Protection at ICO, said that Sony quote-unquote, let everybody down, and that it was, quote, the most serious breach we have had reported to us. They found that the attack could have been prevented if the software had been up to date, while technical
That's usually the case.
While technical developments also meant passwords were not secure. Millions of dollars in these people's hands, millions, and this all happened because someone didn't press the update button.
Pretty much.
And passwords weren't protected. That should be like number one, if not the other way around, just immediately behind the other. I mean, how do you? That's so fucking stupid. I hope that guy got like fired and banned from the industry, whoever's responsible for that, because that is the stupidest fucking thing ever. Because not only it wasn't just Sony Europe that got affected, it was the whole fucking world.
Yep. Like I had to go in and change like my DCO stuff.
Yeah.
I got a free month of DCU because of that.
Yeah, that's another thing. It didn't just affect PlayStation gamers. It
affected everything Sony.
Yeah. That's PC. That's fucking PlayStation. That's probably the handhelds, too. Yeah, because the handhelds have wireless internet on them.
Yeah, and they have the Sony store on the handhelds.
Yeah.
So anything that you had credit card details on, you were boned.
Yeah. Personal information... okay. The PlayStation Network hack occurred sometime between the 17th and 19th of April, which made Sony have to shut down their service on the 20th. And the outage lasted for 24 days in total, with personal information being taken from the 77 million accounts.
Good times.
I mean, we're lucky that the people that hacked PlayStation Network weren't malicious, like extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I wish they just...
Did they ever find out?
I think it was LOL. I think it was LOL hacks or something.
Yeah, didn't everybody think it was anonymous to begin with?
Yeah. But they couldn't take the credit for it. It was more of a show, if I remember correctly, to just be like, so just letting you know, this could be done.
Sucks.
Yeah. I mean, they did it without trying. It's so stupid. I mean, honestly, maybe they should have been a little more malicious. They should have just shut the whole system down. Not taking anybody's accounts, just shut the whole system down. I mean, because I honestly don't think they've learned. They got hacked again a few months later, didn't they?
Yep.
They didn't learn.
The amount of people that were complaining because like the PlayStation Network was down and stuff like that was so hilarious.
Criminal attacks on electronic networks are a real... Oh, wait. Sony went on to say, criminal attacks on electronic networks are a real and growing aspect of 21st century life, and Sony continually works to strengthen our systems, building in multiple layers of defense and working to make our network safe, secure, and resilient. Yeah, now you are. What happened?
And then one person from Anonymous comes along and is like...
Yeah, what happened back in 2011? That's great that you're doing that now. But hello, the reliability, the reliability of our network services and the security of our consumers' information are of the utmost importance to us, and we are appreciative that our network services are used by even more people around the world today than at the time of the criminal attack.
I hope they don't get hacked again, because I like PlanetSide too.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's no saying that they're going to. There's no saying that they're not going to either. I just think it's, they could say that all they want, but the damage has been done. You could say that now. It didn't help back then. I mean, I think people actually did lose money over that.
I think some people did.
Not a lot of people, but some people did.
Yeah, some.
I mean, it was mostly, like I said, just a scare, like to show them, you need to fix your shit, but... Seriously, that is just the stupidest fucking thing ever. Alright, on to better topics. Well, longer lasting, better, awesomer topics. This one's involving THQ! We've mentioned them twice.
We mentioned them last week, and the week before.
In the past couple of months, we've mentioned them twice. Back in December, they were in our list... Yes, back in December, they were in our list for the games or the developers / production places that have gone out of business in 2012. And then a couple of weeks ago, we talked about them because they were actually going to court to be bankrupt, to have everything dissolved, and now it's officially been done. All the dissolving!
It's sad, because THQ had a lot of games under their belt. like a lot of good games.
Yes, and you know what's funny? I didn't even know that until this all happened. I didn't even realize they were THQ games because I always look at the developer, not the publisher. And that's mainly what THQ was. I mean, THQ owned some of those developers, but let's see. So the U.S. Bankruptcy Court has now granted a motion to approve a sale of the majority of THQ's assets to multiple buyers. The court's expected to formally approve the sale today. This article was written yesterday, so it's expected to formally approve the sale today based on bids received. The THQ estate will receive approximately $72 million, making the total estimated value of the estate $100 million, including certain assets and other intellectual properties which were excluded from the sale. That's a lot of money. Probably not nowhere near enough, but this is from CEO Brian Farrell. Of THQ CEO. While we had hoped that the restructuring process would allow the company to remain intact, I am heartened that the majority of our studios and games will continue under new ownership. It's been my pleasure to work alongside this great group of people, and I am proud of the imaginative and artistic games that our team has created. Although we will no longer be able to work together with a unified mission, I am confident that the talent we have assembled will continue to make an impression on the video game industry. For those whose positions are not likely to continue, I sincerely regret this outcome, and we will be meeting with you over the next few days to discuss this transition. I was brought in 8 months ago to help turn this ship around, and while I'm disappointed that we could not effect a sale for the entire operating business, I am pleased that the new buyers will be providing jobs to many of our very talented personnel. And the president, Jason Rubin, added on, when we first announced the sale process, I said I would be happy if the company's games and people had a bright future, even if it meant I did not have a job at the end of it, and I still feel that way. It's nice words, and it is really that that they left off with, and it is really, really a shame. But apparently other developers went at them like lions on wildebeests. Let's see. Sega agreed to purchase Relic. You know what? No, it's not. It's Runic is Torchlight 2.
Runic is Torchlight 2.
Yeah, Relic is not Torchlight 2. Relic is the developer of Company of Heroes 2 and Warhammer 40,000: Dawn of War. And so Sega bought that developer for those games. Relic.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I like the Warhammer 40k games. Like, I have the Dawn of War games on Steam, and I have Warhammer Space Marine on Steam as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really big into either of those titles, honestly. So
we'll see what happens.
I'm not into Sega, so we'll see. Koch Media, the owner of Dead Island publisher Deep Silver, has agreed to purchase Saints Row developer Volition, as well as the publishing rights to the Metro franchise. This is like Metro 2033.
Because I like the Metro game and I like Saints Row.
Is Metro good? I've never played any of the Metro games.
There's only one, I think.
There's two.
2033.
There's two.
What, Last Light?
Yeah.
It's not out yet.
Oh, it might not come out now.
No. Yeah, I know. That makes me sad. But yeah, Metro 2033 is really good. It's a very, very atmospheric game.
Yeah, it says, according to a statement issued by Koch, Deep Silver, Koch Media's international publishing powerhouse, will lead all further development and marketing on the Saints Row and Metro franchises. Koch Media and Deep Silver will roll out future plans for each franchise in the coming months. So I'm guessing as soon as Dead Island Riptide is out, is set, we're going to start hearing stuff about Saints Row and Metro. Hopefully Saints Row before Metro, because I like Saints Row.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Crytek, who is currently developing Homefront 2, purchased the rights to the franchise.
Like, see, I'm kind of interested in this because Crytek is pretty damn good, and a lot of people didn't like Homefront, but it looked like it had a lot more potential to it.
I really want to try Homefront. I still do. It was oh yeah, there's a first-person shooter that doesn't have to do with the Middle East. It has to do with North Korea. There.
Yeah.
It's not always them. Yeah, so yeah, I still want to try Homefront. It looks like it's a fun game, and the storyline is appealing to me. And they're working on Homefront too, so they own the franchise. So they'll probably, if I don't know what that means, but I guess that's pretty good when you own the franchise and you're developing the game. So. The parent company of 2K and Rockstar Games, Take-Two, has agreed to purchase Turtle Rock Studios project, codenamed Evolve. There was a rumor going around that Take-Two acquired Darksiders publisher Vigil, but that is not the case. Ubisoft, I love Ubisoft. Ubisoft does good games. They did Assassin's Creed, they did Prince of Persia, they did other games. Fuck, what else did they do? Help me.
Ubisoft?
Yes.
Prince of Persia, Assassin's
I
Creed,
said
they
those.
did the Splinter Cell games.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Ubisoft was Splinter Cell. Pretty damn sure it was Splinter Cell. Or
Yeah,
Ubisoft, brother.
I'm really not sure. All right, well, Ubisoft, they're an awesome game developer, publisher, whatever. They purchased the publishing rights for South Park, The Stick of Truth, and they purchased THQ Montreal, the current developer of Assassin's Creed creator Patrice Desolate's project codenamed 1666.
Right, Ubisoft did Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, they did Anno 2070.
They did Anno,
they did Heroes of Might and Magic.
Heroes of Might and Magic, right.
Yeah, they've done a fair amount of games. They do Rocksmith too. And yeah, the Tom Clancy games.
Oh, nice.
Told you.
A good deal of money was paid out for these titles. Ubisoft paid $3.2 million for South Park and $2.5 million for THQ Montreal. Koch Media paid $5.8 million for Metro and I can't talk today. $22.3 million for Volition and Crytek. For Volition, and Crytek paid $500,000 for Homefront. No one bought Vigil. And Vigil is the publisher. It's okay. Vigil is the publisher for Darksiders. Sega.
I hope somebody buys them. And
I
makes
know.
The Darksiders
Me
3
too.
idea.
Me too.
Because the idea for Darksiders 3 was 4-player. Could you imagine 4-player in the Darksiders world? You'd have War, Death,
Horsemen.
Pestilence, and Strife.
Is it Strife?
Yeah.
I feel like that's wrong for some reason.
No, it's Strife because whenever you're playing, you get Strife's pistol in Darksiders 2.
Oh, okay. Well, so, continuing with the numbers, Sega paid $26.6 million for Relic, which is that publisher. They outbid Bethesda by $0.3 million.
Oh, wait. War, Fury, Strife, and Death is the name of the horsemen in Darksiders.
Did you hear that, though? Bethesda almost bought Saints Row and Metro. Mm-hmm. They were outbid by Sega for $0.3 million. Where Sega found the money for that, I don't know, but... and Take-Two paid $10.8 million for Evolve, and Turtle Rock tried to purchase itself. Wait, is that what it was? Take-Two tried to buy Turtle Rock Studios project, codename Evolve, and so Take-Two put down $10.8 million. The second place bid from Turtle Rock itself was $250,000. They kind of like raffle stomped them. $250,000, $10.8 million. Oh. You're not coming back from that.
Hold on. The quality of the calls went really, really weird for me.
Did it? No, it's okay over here.
Hold on. Let me quickly close it and reopen it.
Okay. With the quickness. Now I've got a white thing. Hey.
There we go.
There we go. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Oh, okay, but attaching on to that, I've got another thing here involving the Darksiders series.
Yeah.
So all these other, things off THQ got purchased, except for Relic, and the lead designer of Relic tweeted there was a shimmer on a slither of hope that at one point there'd be a Darksiders 3, 4-player co-op. It rode off into the sunset today. This was after sales passed and nobody bought Relic. And just recently, recently, matter of fact, the same day, 24 minutes later, who is this? J.P. Kellums, who's a talent spotter, translator, and writer for Platinum Games, tweeted back saying, hey, if anyone's interested in working with / at Platinum, let me know how to get a hold of you. So there's hope, because soon after that, I apologize if I butcher this name, but Atsushi Inaba, the head of Platinum Games, tweeted in THQ, and this is a translation, so it could be off. In THQ Studio and IP, selling off auction. Darksiders is unsold. Want to buy it on the cheap. We want to buy it on the cheap. So Platinum Games, I don't know what they have to their roster of what they've already done. I'm sorry. I've got it right here. They did Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, and Wonderful 101. The Bayonetta part, because that was a button smasher, from what I recall. Okay, I could totally see them doing the Darksiders series. Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, that looks like a button smasher too. So yeah, okay, that definitely sounds like a good match. But just on this note, I didn't mention this last week, but I'm going to mention it this week. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance looks like fucking shit. I'm not sugarcoating that. It looks awful. Because Metal Gear Rising, spies, espionage, all that crazy stuff, fun, interesting, take some skill. No. You play Raiden, who showed up initially in Sons of Liberty, I believe. As a matter of fact, I think you played as him in Sons of Liberty.
I still have never played any of the Metal Gear games.
Okay, well, either way, you play as Raiden, who was in the other games, which were espionage, military, blah, blah, blah. He's like an android now. Like, I think there's only parts of him that are still human, the rest is robotic. And is nothing like the other Metal Gear games. Nothing! How could Konami let this happen? I am so extremely disappointed in them and whoever decided to let these people make this game. Because it's fucking god-awful. It's fucking god-awful. I don't even want to try it. But
like I said, I've never played any of the Medal of Honor.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear games. And I don't really have much desire to play them.
They were
not because I wouldn't like them. I like Splinter Cell games and stuff like that. And I like sort of the stealthy aspect of games. I just have no interest in them.
Well, they are really good. They're excellent, but I wouldn't play that one. They ruined it. It pisses me off.
There.
Oh, Wii U explosion, news explosion. Not the system blew up.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, I guess they're announcing stuff that they're going to be showing off at E3. And it seems like a pretty cool list. The first thing, which I think is awesome because I really enjoyed this game and I'd actually like to play it again. Not that I have a Wii U, But they're going to be remaking Zelda Wind Waker HD.
I never played the game.
Oh, it's so good. Cell shading is kind of cartoony looking, which for me at first I was kind of like, it looks like a kid's game. And then I got a hold of it.
A lot of people really like it.
I got it from Kevin. Like, Kevin was getting rid of his Wii games, and I grabbed a couple that I wanted to try out. And it was awesome. It was so good. It's traditional Zelda game. The only thing that's like super kiddie about it is the fact that it looks like a cel-shaded cartoon, but it's still fun. It's still Zelda.
The only one that I've played is Twilight Princess.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What about like Ocarina of Time and?
Nope, never played Ocarina.
What? Who are you?
Yeah, I didn't play many Zelda games. I got Twilight Princess whenever it came out because I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I think I'll try that out. And I really liked that game. Like, I should have got more Zelda games, but I'm pretty sure Twilight Princess was the only one I ever played. I don't like your expression.
I'm so disappointed in you. I know you're younger than me, but I'm so disappointed in you. Moving on. New Smash Brothers game has been announced for the Wii U.
That's enough incentive for me to think about getting a Wii U.
New 3D Mario and Mario Kart. So since it's 3D, I can see it right here actually. It's going to be for the 3DS. There's also going to be a 3DS Smash Brothers game. I guess that's going to go right along with the Wii U. You know how sometimes they'll release something for their console and then a handheld version?
Yeah, no, I want to get a 3DS because I want to get the Pokemon game as well.
I don't like handhelds. If you do, then cool, but I don't.
I do like handhelds. Like handhelds is where I started playing games. Like I got a Game Boy Color and I was hooked with gaming. I got Pokemon Red whenever I was like 7.
Okay, this next one I'm gonna break down here. I'm gonna read this little paragraph underneath the title that they're releasing, because this particular announcement I'm not familiar with. Following Nintendo's announcement that Project X Zone for Western territories earlier this year, Iwata brought us news that another crossover game is on the way. Fire Emblem X Shin Megami Tensei is the love child of Intelligent Systems and Atlas. And all we got was a thematic trailer, but... Okay, so I guess this is a game that they've released somewhere else, and they're going to be releasing it here.
Okay.
They're just converting it over for the Wii U. So it's another Fire Emblem game.
Like, I have a Fire Emblem game. Like, you heard me say it last night whenever I was looking for my DS. I found Fire Emblem. No, I didn't find Fire Emblem. It was Breath of Fire I found. Never mind.
Yeah, it was Breath of
Fire
Fire.
Emblem game.
Yeah, me either. I'm just familiar with the character because one of them is in one of the Smash Brother games.
Wait, Marth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Virtual consoles are going to be coming to the Wii U, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all that stuff.
Oh.
That's nothing new. They did that with the Wii.
Yeah, I have Pokemon Snap on the Wii.
It's cool. Do you really?
Yeah, Pokemon Snap was awesome.
Oh. And the pricing's all going to be the same, you know, $5, and if you bought the game already, you can unlock it on Wii U for $1.99. Oh, that's pretty cool. So if you already bought Pokemon Snap on the Wii, you can unlock it on the Wii U for just a couple bucks.
It's alright.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is nice, because think of it this way. You are downloading a different game because of the format. The format's probably different. Let's see. It's getting a little dark in here.
What do we have to talk about?
Wii U Party is coming out.
Wii U Party?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember the Wii Party? Wii. No. It's apparently one of the best-selling games of all time. It's like a mini-game thing.
Wait. I think I might remember this.
I remember Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party. It's good.
They're coming out with Yoshi Land for Wii U, which I think is pretty exciting. He looks like he's made out of yarn. I don't understand why they're doing things.
He's like Sackboy, but Nintendo?
Yeah, it's like how they did Kirby's Epic Yarn.
I never played that. I never even looked at that because I was like, Epic, yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the style that it's done in, though, and it's made by the same company, the same whatchamacallit. So developers, yeah. And they're gonna have some Miiverse upgrades. Alongside the Virtual Console announcement came news of a few updates to the Wii U operating system. One in spring and one in summer. Miiverse will expand, allowing people to create their own communities and making space for more than one community per game. Miiverse is also coming to smartphones and PC at some point this year. In Pikmin 3, you'll be able to take pictures of tiny Pikmin wildlife and post it to Miiverse, and Wii Fit U will let you compare fitness notes. I can appreciate that they are branching out to make their console
Nintendo
more
Facebook?
social. Basically, that's what it sounds like they're turning it into, but it's limited.
This sounds stupid. Can we move on?
No, it's a little.
It sounds stupid.
A little bit. A little bit. I think it's good because it shows that Nintendo's reaching out. They're trying. It's not hardcore. It's not Xbox. They're trying.
Nintendo try the most all the time. I mean, they came up with this sort of movement detection system on their...
They try. They're awesome at trying. They just suck at execution.
Yes, they're the most innovative of all of the gaming companies.
Yes.
It's a shame that people don't appreciate them that much.
Nintendo is basically the drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate to say that because I love Nintendo, but
so, yeah.
It's been a long time since they've done something good. Okay, we've got nobody in chat today, so I'm saving something specific for last as far as articles or things to know go because, I just figured I'd save it for last. This one not being it. Defiance is out for pre-order.
Yes.
Defiance is a game made by Trion Worlds, the same developers of Rift. And Defiance is the game that is going to run alongside a TV show of the same name on the Sci-Fi Channel. I believe it's the Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah, Sci-Fi. Imagine Greater. Yeah. Do you guys have Sci-Fi Channel out there?
I think certain cable providers give us Sci-Fi, but the ones that we have, we don't have Sci-Fi. I don't think.
It's not impossible for you to get it, I guess, is my point.
Like I don't watch TV that much. If anything, I would need to ask my parents. I think we might have Sci-Fi. I think. I'm not sure.
Well, this is a no-sub game, MMO, which automatically catches my interest because I hate subscriptions. And it's What?
Yeah, it's the Guild Wars 2 model. You buy it, you play it.
Yeah, and they're most likely going to have a cash shop. And Trion Worlds is doing it, which I think is great because Rift was done so well. So they...
Trion, out of all of the game companies, all of the MMOs that came out, Trion have had the smoothest launches ever.
They were one of the smoothest MMO launches in gaming history. I'm not making that up. Like, that's...
No. Like, me and you played
we were
Rift
there,
on
yeah.
launch day.
Yeah, we did.
We played beta Rift.
Hell, beta went smooth.
Yeah,
no.
Did the servers crash?
No.
Did the servers lag? A little bit here and there. That's just because there were loads of people.
Also, because they told us it was going to happen. They're like, we're going to be working on it.
There will be lag. There's tons of people playing. It's like, we're sorry for any inconvenience. And then, like, every hour or so, they were like, we're taking the servers down for about 5 minutes, tweak a few things, and we're putting them back up.
Yeah,
Thank you for bearing with us.
And sometimes it was just like, we're going to be working on the servers, you might experience lag.
Yeah, see, they're very, very good whenever it comes to their servers and, disconnecting issues or lag issues, because they're right on the ball there. Like, I remember whenever we were playing for a while, I started getting horrendous lag in Rift,
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that whenever
I
we were
think
leveling?
yes, I do
Yes.
because of the right, yeah.
Yeah, because certain patches were going on, and since I was connecting from the EU to the US, it was affecting me really badly.
Yeah.
So we were getting lag then, but I sent in a ticket. They were like, "We're very sorry," and then a little bit later, it started clearing up better because they fixed what they were, screwing with.
Yeah. And their customer support's awesome. Like
Their customer
seriously,
support
they
is
are.
very good.
They're very on the ball. They're professional. They take care of you like that.
Yep.
It's pretty flawless. I've always been impressed with them.
I'm excited for Defiance's release. I'll probably pre-order the game at some point. Like it comes out in April.
Is it not until April?
I think it's April.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's April.
I haven't seen much on this game, I'm going to admit. But it's got so much going for it already for me. Like, I want to pre-order it. Triumph Worlds made it. There's this really cool thing that it's running alongside a TV show, and the TV show is going to affect the game and vice versa. No subscription. It looks awesome. And also, it's a little different from your typical MMO. It's like a third-person shooter, basically, with RPG elements, right? I'm consulting you on this.
Well,
some RPG elements.
Yes,
Lots of
I played
RPG
the beta,
elements.
but since it's under NDA, I'm not allowed to disclose what I saw in the beta.
Right.
But
right.
going from what's been typed up and what's been shared, it
I'm
does seem
asking
like
for.
it's sort of an RPG MMO. I would say kind of think about PlanetSide 2 a little bit. Take away the more shootery elements of PlanetSide 2 and mix them up with a game like let's see, like Oblivion or Skyrim. You can freely choose what skills and stuff you want.
Yeah,
There's
and you
stuff
have
like that.
Yeah, and you have your traditional MMO quest lines. I would assume since they're calling it an MMO.
Like as I said, since it's NDA, I can't.
You can't say anything, right? Yeah, no, I understand.
Like I can't say the stuff that I did in the game, but it was a fun beta. You can actually still go and apply for the beta, which I would do because they do different ones. It's also going to be on PC, Xbox, and PS3.
Which is interesting. But since there's no sub, they can get away with that. It's easier.
There were games that did have a sub, like Phantasy Star.
Or Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah, like they had subs.
See, the issue with those, and the reason I didn't attract many people, is because they had their live account that they had to pay for with Xbox, and then they had to pay a monthly fee for the service. So this is good that it's no sub, and I'm very curious if it's going to be true cross-platform, or if they're just going to have their Xbox online, their PlayStation online, and their PC people. If it's
honestly, I think it'll all be pushed together. Like, there's no reason for it not to be.
It's not so much as, oh, we shouldn't do that. It's just the fact of how easy is it going to be for them to program it. Like, how long have they been working on this? The only game I can remember that they actually did that with was Shadowrun on Xbox.
Which, unfortunately, flopped. Like, I played the Shadowrun demo. That game was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. It was a Shadowrun first-person shooter.
Was it not third?
I think you could swap back and forth. I think you could switch.
It was first, but it went into third for certain elements.
Yeah, it went back and forth. Like, if you were using your hang glider or whatever, it would pop into third. Yeah, it was a bad imagination, I think, of the Shadowrun universe now that we know more about it, but it was a nice attempt. Yeah. But yeah, that's the only game I could remember that's done that. I know there have been others, but that's the only one I know of. So if they were to actually do that with an MMO, like with something like this, that would be so awesome. I mean, there's tons more people to play with. It's you probably wouldn't have too much trouble finding groups. Assuming it's going to be an environment where you need groups. Like I said, we don't really know everything. After the show, I have to whatchamacallit? I have to sign up for the beta.
Yeah. Speaking of beta.
No, I'm saving that. Jesus.
Oh, why are you saving that to the end?
Because I can. And I'm not done talking about Defiance.
Oh.
You can pre-order.
I'll just.
I appreciate it, but stop it. There's digital and physical editions that you can pre-order. For digital. Oh wait. What?
This is hurting my back.
Why does this happen every time my alarm goes off? If you pre-order, you get guaranteed beta invite, an Outlander outfit, and this is for digital. I think it's the same for physical though. You get guaranteed beta invite, Outlander outfit, a weapon, and it's got a star next to it. Oh, exclusive items vary by retailer when it comes to the weapon. A 3-day experience boost, and an in-game title, Iron Demon. Title pops up above your character's head. It's usually right under your username. If you get the standard digital edition, you just get the digital edition. There's no extras onto what you're already getting. If you pre-order the deluxe digital, which is $99.99 American USD, you get the game client, of course. You get a collector's outfit called an Arc Infiltrator, a Hydra rocket launcher, rare VBI Sentinel shield, +5 inventory space. I'm going to guess 5 slots. A 30-day XP boost, a 30-day script boost, which
the in-game currency.
Right, a lockbox, which I'm going to guess is some sort of storage, unique vehicle color, and the one thing that they are making sure to mention, no subscription required on both standard and deluxe. If you get physical edition, I will tell you as soon as it loads. Physical edition. Hello. Why aren't you working?
Oh, damn it, I'll do it.
No! Oh, it worked. I got it. Okay.
God, it's like, no, I want to do it. Nah.
All the things. Okay. You do still get those other things I mentioned if you pre-order the beta invite, the Outlander outfit, weapon, 3-day XP boost, and the Iron Demon title. When it comes to physical, if you get the $59.99 physical standard edition, you get the game and 2 postcards. If you get the $100 collector's physical edition, you get the collector's box, wait a minute, I'm missing something here. There we go. You get the collector's box, 2 postcards, Defy stickers, Arc Infiltrator outfit, the Art of Defiance art book, limited edition Hellbug figurine, which by the way looks fucking awesome, VBI Arc Hunter contract, bonus DVD, Defiance digital soundtrack, rare VBI Sentinel shield, which these next couple things are in-game items. Hydra rocket launcher, a 7-day XP boost and script boost, +5 inventory space, Badlands Drifter as an in-game title, and you get the lockbox. And now the big one, the mother of all pre-orders, is the $150 GameStop exclusive Ultimate Defiance Edition. You get an
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, but it's a fuck ton of stuff too. You get an exclusive messenger bag. Before I continue, I haven't seen a picture of the messenger bag, but if it fits in the box, it's probably going to be small.
Unless it's a big box.
I got a messenger bag from the Resident Evil 5 Collector's Edition from GameStop, and it looked like a purse. That's how big it was. You get the collector's box, 2 postcards, Defy stickers, Arc Infiltrator outfit, our Defiance art book, Hellbug figurine. You get all the stuff from the other one. You get a different title, though. Instead of getting the Badlands Drifter title, you get the Pale Wars Ronin title. You get a DLC season pass and 1,200 bits. So
I don't know what bits are.
I don't either. So for an extra $50, you're also getting your DLC season pass, 1,200 bits, and an exclusive messenger bag.
All the things.
it's a couple extra things, but honestly, when you think about it, that DLC season pass, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's like what, the first 3 expansions usually? Is that how they do it?
Usually it's like the first 3-4 expansions that they bring out.
That could potentially be $60 right there. It could be more than that. It depends on how big the DLC is. And the messenger bag, if it's a decent size, then okay. You're getting your money. You're definitely getting your money's worth.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
I'm trying to find it now. The 100.
See how big it is?
Yeah. Let's see. Defiance Ultimate Collector's Edition bag. I just want a picture of this thing. That is all I want. Oh, and this forum certainly is not going to have it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I can only hope that it is big enough to be a fucking bag and not a purse. Oh. Okay, what is this? Is this the... I think I found it. No, I didn't. I found a picture of it, and it's got everything. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it doesn't tell me what size it is, but it looks
tiny.
The picture's tiny. It's hard to tell. They don't have it scaled up to something, which tells me there's a potential that it's small, but I don't know. Limited run gear and digital content. I don't know what that means. It looks cool, though, from what I can see. So, who knows? It might be worth it. The DLC is at least worth the extra $50 if you're going to go out for the $100 for the, the deluxe physical or deluxe digital, if you really want it. Oh, okay. Well, do you want to talk about the other thing that I stopped you from talking about?
There were 2 other things. I was going to say, speaking of beta, one game that's went into open beta now is Path of Exile.
Oh, I wish you'd have told me about that sooner. I would have gotten a picture for it.
Yeah. Path of Exile just went into open beta.
Which is a Diablo-esque game, right?
Yep, it is a Diablo-style game. In that sense, it's like a dungeon crawler, randomly generated maps each time you go in. But it is an MMO. And now, the thing with that, meaning that it's... My webcam kind of switched over. The thing meaning that it's an MMO is you can group up with others very easily. But it's not an MMO in the traditional sense you wander around the world and find people. No. You meet up with people in hubs, like Guild Wars 1.
Yes.
You meet up with them, you go out the portal, you explore that area with them.
Yes.
It's a fun game. The style that it's in is kind of different from a normal dungeon crawler. Your skills aren't dictated by your class, but the skills you can use most effectively are dictated by your class. The skills, you get gems, and whenever you put those gems in your armor or weapons or whatever you have, that gives you a skill. Like I had a Templar, which is the intelligence and strength character running around shooting fireballs.
Oh.
It's a fun game. Like I said, open beta is up, but it's probably going to be closed by the time you guys see this, unfortunately.
Oh.
But you should go and sign up for the game, have a look into it, because it's fun.
Yeah, I heard it was going to be completely free, which I thought was a little odd since people have been pre-ordering it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why people would pre-order something that's going to be completely free.
Yep.
I'd be looking for a refund if that were the case.
You want me to now move on to the big title?
Hold on. Yes.
Okay. Elder Scrolls Online.
Hey!
Now, who here has actually been paying attention to Elder Scrolls Online?
Oh.
I think everybody knows that it's out there.
I know that it's out there. I just haven't been paying attention to it. I actually just started reading into it today.
Beta applications. Applications. And it's a long beta application. But,
it is actually.
But it's the Elder Scrolls Online. The Elder Scrolls, one of the big successful RPG games.
Yes. I'm actually trying to get to the application so I can tell you what it includes. Ah, here we go. Would you like me to go over the application?
Actually, I think I can remember. It includes the typical where you're from, age, gender,
Where you're
contact.
from, who you are.
Yeah, where you're from, who you are, what MMOs you have played in the past. There is a big list, about 20 of them, ranging from
Yeah.
Lineage, or ranging from EverQuest to Guild Wars 2, I think, is up there.
Oh, yeah, the Final Fantasy, dating as far back as Final Fantasy 11,
Yep,
or Age of Empires Online, Guild Wars, Eve, EverQuest. There's a whole bunch,
there's a
and
lot.
they're
So if you played them,
relatively new.
yeah. So it's got fairly old games and relatively new ones.
Oh,
Then there's the
one thing you
MM.
skipped because you seem to be going in order.
Oh,
They ask for your primary guild name and guild
oh, yes.
website, which I think is a little odd. Because it doesn't specify a game, so it can only say to me what guild are you in right now.
Mhm.
But whatever.
Yeah.
It
Like
also wants
there
to
is
know
that
what.
guild section, but yeah, like you said, that's probably for more guilds like Nilium and stuff like that. You know, big WoW guilds that have a name.
Right, right. They want to
Yeah,
see if you're a part of it.
yeah.
And they
But
also ask what Elder Scroll games you've played out of the last
yep,
three.
yep. And I ticked all of them except
I
for
did too.
Morrowind.
I've played each and every one.
Then it moves on to go to massive multiplayer online games you have beta tested. Doesn't need to be an
Yes.
RPG, just games that you've beta tested. So that's like games that have came out in the past while. So like Guild Wars 2,
Planet
Rift,
Side 2.
Star Wars, PlanetSide 2, Defiance,
Yes. It's not out
Warframe,
yet. I don't
things
think
like
you
that.
could include Defiance.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that you've beta tested. Yes, you
Yeah,
can. Sorry,
yeah. You know, stuff like that. Then the next section is, I think it's why should we choose you?
no. Nope.
No.
Next, after that, it asks you to select your play styles, meaning,
Ah,
do you play all alone? Are you hardcore? Do you play in large groups?
yeah,
Uh,
pretty much PvP, PvE, role play, solo,
Well,
small
no,
groups, large groups.
yeah, no, the play style just asks for your, like, if you're sociable, basically, or not. After that, it
Yeah.
wants your gaming activities, which is
Yeah.
PvE, PvP, social guilds,
I
and
ticked all of them.
I ticked most of them. And
You
they
didn't
all,
tick the PvP one, did you?
I ticked PvP arena ranked.
Oh, arena ranked,
Yes.
not the other one. What's the other one?
Raid or battlegrounds and open world.
Uh,
I decided after Rift I don't like open world PvP.
yeah, raid or battlegrounds was the one you should have went for. The ranked one's like hardcore PvP.
Eh,
It's like tournaments and stuff.
that's okay. It's all right. After that though, they ask for your system profile.
Yep.
It wants
Which
your
you open up.
what?
Yeah, DXDIAG.
Yeah, it wants your diagnostics basically for Windows.
Yep.
And then after that, they do what you mentioned. Why should they choose you?
Yep. Also on the right hand side, there's a little how complete or how good is your beta application.
Yeah, like it says, completing all the optional sections will significantly increase your chances of being selected for beta participation. And it's
Yep.
got a little ribbon that's gray, and it says, this is your current closed beta selection chance rating. And as you fill things up, it slowly moves up. We noticed the extra section where you tell them why they should choose you. Depending on how big that section is, depends on how much higher of a rating. Like I was sitting on above average for a while. I popped in about 2 paragraphs into that why should you choose me area, and it popped up to excellent. So
Yep.
excellent chance rating.
Yeah, I left the guild thing blank, which made me stay at above average.
More than likely, yeah, I'm going to say that's what that was.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that's super
We'll see.
exciting.
Everybody from Select Start gets into Elder Scrolls Online Beta, and I'm sitting here like,
It won't happen. You'll be all right. You'll just get it late.
yeah.
Watch. You'll get it like the next day after one of us does.
I'll just be like,
That's happened before. Didn't that happen with Old Republic? It happened to somebody. They got
Rift.
their beta
Rift, it
invite
happened.
late.
It happened in Rift, I think.
For those of you though that are not completely familiar with what information they've released about the Elder Scrolls Online, I can at least tell you that there are going to be alliances, and there's 3 of them, and I'll go over them one by one real quick. The first one is the Daggerfall Covenant. I'm going to tell you the important parts that people are probably wondering about. What races can you play in the Daggerfall Covenant? You can play the Breton, which are humans. The Red Guard.
They're other humans.
They're African American humans, aren't they usually?
Yeah.
Aren't they usually? Yeah, okay. And the Orc, which is so odd, honestly, in my opinion. You've got the 2 human races and then Orc.
Well, there's 3 human races. There's Red Guard, Imperial, and Brett.
Okay, all right. Well, all right. We'll see where they are. I think they're in the Aldmeri Dominion, but we're gonna go to Ebonheart Pact next.
Elves?
Mainly, yes. Oh, yes. It's the Nord, Dark Elf. Oh no, you threw me off. It's the Nord, Dark Elf, and Argonian.
Huh.
I'm okay, and for the Aldmeri Dominion, that's mainly elves. The High Elf, the Wood Elf, and the Khajiit.
The Imperials?
The Imperials were a faction. They weren't a type of people.
The Imperials were a race as well.
Were they? I don't remember the Imperials being a race. I remember them just being a group.
Nope, they're a race as well.
Maybe they're all Dade. D-E-D, Dade.
Because whenever you play an Imperial, you get bonus to Speechcraft, you get bonus to Bladed Weapons, and you get bonus to Bartering.
I thought that was
you also get a move called the Voice of the Empire.
I thought that was the Breton, or not the Breton, the Red Guard that got all that selling.
Red Guard got Heavy Armor bonus, Bladed Weapons bonus, and Mercantile.
Mercantile. Isn't it Mercantile?
Yeah. I think they got those. They also have resistance to something as well, I think.
It doesn't say. It doesn't break it down. It says the Red Guards of Hammerfell are talented and athletic warriors born to battle. A desert people, their ancestors migrated to Tamriel from the lost continent of Yakuta. Their culture is based on preserving ancient traditions and defying their harsh environment. They prize honor and dignity above all else, combining a deep reverence for the divine with a suspicion of all things magical. Their capital is the merchant's port of Sentinel, but their roots are deep in the sands of the Elikir Desert. In their youth, Red Guards endure a rite of passage in the desolate wastes of Elikir as a test of endurance and discipline. Only the strong survive. What?
Right, I find it. The races in Skyrim, which were also the races in Oblivion. Altmer, which is the High Elves.
They were also the races in Morrowind.
Yep, the Argonian. The Bosmer, which is Wood Elves. Breton. Dunmer, which is Dark Elves. Imperial. Khajiit. Nord. Orc. And Red Guard.
Were there Breton?
Yeah.
Oh, you said that
Breton
already?
was the 4th one that I said.
Oh, okay. I was going to say maybe Breton, just different name.
Red Guard. Resist poison. Plus one-handed, plus alteration, archery, block, destruction, and smithing.
Gotcha. So they all have their stories, though. The Daggerfall Covenant's leader is High King Emmerich. The Ebonheart Pact's leader is Jorun, the Scald King. And Aldmeri Dominion's leader is Queen Arryn? Arryn? A-Y-R-E-N-N. Oh, no, it's
Arwen?
elf. It's not Arwen. She's a high elf.
Oh.
Whereas the other guys are all human, I think. Oh, no, Jorun, the Scald King, is a Nord. He's the king of the Great Moot. And Daggerfall Covenant, that guy is a Breton.
Oh.
High King Emmerich. High King Emmerich, that sounds familiar, actually. I didn't, nah. But that's all the information they've really released. They also mentioned the Alliance War and the main story, but I'm not going to read all that. It seems pretty awesome, the bit that we've seen.
What are the last two or do we have anything else to talk about, or are we just on our last two now? The top 10 and the thing? We've
got our top 10 and our website of the week. I'm trying to see what the timeline is for this game.
It's probably set maybe in the future of past Skyrim and stuff.
The year is 2E582.
I think that's past Skyrim.
It's the second era. That's what 2E. Second era 582. Because it takes place 4 years after an arcane explosion of energy in the Imperial.
Second era?
Yeah.
Oh, that's way... okay, that's why Imperial isn't there.
They got phased out.
Because Skyrim takes place in the 4th era. I don't think the Imperials were around until the 3rd, possibly.
Okay. So that's what it is. The Imperials didn't exist yet. Okay, gotcha. So this rolls back. That's interesting too, because it includes all the areas in the Elder Scrolls games, but it's throwing back, I guess. Okay, whatever.
I think your stream went down.
What?
Yeah, the stream died.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Wonder how long it's been down.
Not too long.
There we go. It just went down, actually.
Yep.
Okay, because I just got an email. Sorry about that.
So, last thing was what?
We've got our top 10.
Yep.
Top 10 games for Select Start in 2012.
And 12. No, this isn't games that came out in 2012 necessarily.
Not necessarily.
This is just what we played the most.
And it's games that we enjoyed the most. Not like, oh, this totally beat Call of Duty or anything like that.
Like, it was just Select Start, like the group of Select Starts, personal favorite games. We all chose 2 each, and then there were 2 combined that we all enjoyed.
Yes.
The 2 combined that we all enjoyed, Minecraft and Guild Wars 2.
Minecraft.
We've all sunk a ton of time into those games. Me, mostly Guild Wars 2. Amber, mostly Minecraft.
Yes. And me, mostly, actually, is pretty equal for both of them.
Yeah.
So, Block Smash Dragon. Sorry.
Like I said, this isn't really a top 10 in order. It's just the 10 most played, or the ones that we like. So we didn't put them in order since it was 2 from everybody.
Yeah. You want to name your 2?
Amber's. No, we'll do Amber's, Homer's, and then we'll do ours.
Okay. One of Amber's was Don't Starve, which is our survival little game thing that they came out with a while back, where you have multiple characters you could be, but you have to not starve and survive.
Yeah, a lot of people probably know what Don't Starve is. It's a pretty fun game. Like, it's a small game, but there's a fair bit behind it. Like,
well, I think it's still in beta.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's getting close to the end of beta, though.
Yeah.
Then Amber's other game is Anno 2070.
Which is a Ubisoft game that we mentioned earlier.
Yep, it's a strategy game. It's kind of different from most strategy games, in my opinion.
There's war, but it's mostly about establishing a way of life, I guess.
Yeah. Like, it's a decent game. I have it. I couldn't get into it personally, but Amber seems to have, bloody taken off on that game.
Yeah, it takes place in a time where global warming has officially happened. Like, the caps have melted, and you've got 2 factions that you can play as. Either I'm going to call one of the Greenpeace faction. They're all about preserving nature, and then you have like the slum lords, like everything's heavy industry, pollution, fuck the world, that sort of thing. It seems pretty cool. I've watched her play it a couple times, but it's not something I personally can get into just because it's not my style of game. But from what I've seen, very well done, very in depth, and I think
it's very pretty.
It's very pretty, and like I said, there is war as well, but you can play it without war if you're not into that sort of thing.
It's pretty much war as a last resort, or optional in that game, instead of other games where you need to forcefully take over people. In this one, you sort of form alliances, so on more.
And there's also a smaller faction within the game. I believe you can actually play as them in an expansion, and it's basically a tech faction, like based all around technology.
Yeah.
You want to do yours?
Oh,
Homer's? Okay.
Yes. Black Ops 2 and the...
Oh, I got that one. Black Ops. Blah, blah, blah.
Black Ops 2, both me, JT, and Homer, and a few of Homer's friends have been playing Black Ops 2 last year. We all enjoyed it together.
Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy it with anyone else because anybody else I'd want to punch in the throat.
Yeah, whereas we all sort of dicked about and laughed about most of the stuff that we did.
Yeah, and the other game is the Secret World that Homer picked for his top 12 of top 10 for the top 10 of 2012, which is really good.
Sure.
I actually have it on the backgrounds here. Damn it, fingers, camera. It's fun. It's an MMO. This last year it went free to play. So, you buy the game once, no subscription fees. It used to have a sub. It's the three factions, the Illuminati, the Templar, and the Dragon. It's very fitting for role players if you're a role player because your gear are things you do not see. So your clothing is something completely separate. Also, with the way they do things, that's like the only thing you really need to pay money for is your different clothes. Because everything else you could pretty much make. It's very cool. It's a lot of fun.
It was a good game. Secret World burned out pretty quick for me both times I played it.
Well, Funcom doesn't exactly have a good history.
Yeah, it's actually a good game. It's probably the best game that Funcom have done, considering it's still alive.
Yeah. The others are kind of just pittering around. Yeah.
But Secret World was alright. Personally, it's free to play now, so we can go back and play it whenever we want to.
Yeah. Yours?
The next two games. Do you want to do yours or mine?
No, do yours.
Okay. My top two games from 2012 were Dishonored and Far Cry 3.
I played Dishonored for a bit today, and I was enjoying it quite a bit. I like
Dishonored,
things.
It stuck with me because I love stealthy games, and it really catered more to the stealthy side of it. It was a fun game. I completed in like 3 days, mainly because I rarely get games where I just go, I want to play this, I want to complete it, and just keep going. And the two games that I chose from last year are the only two games that whole year where I went, yeah, I want to play this.
Yeah. Oh, and I just want to say hello to Red, who just popped into chat.
Hello, Red. Welcome to near the end of the podcast.
Yes. And your other game was?
Far Cry 3. Like I said, it was another game that sort of grasped me and made me go, I want to play this. Far Cry 3, it was because of the gameplay, but it was more to do with the actors and the sort of story in the game, like the way the sort of psychological aspects of the game were pushed in. Because Vaas, which was the main protagonist, or antagonist rather, he wasn't a huge threat. Like, he has this big grand military force and he's going to kick your ass. He was just nuts.
Just fucking crazy.
Yeah, and he was a very impressive character.
Yeah, I want to try it. I just
Good game.
haven't. It's not on my.
And then
last mine.
Games, yours.
I'm looking for mine. Yeah. The two I picked, the first one being Assassin's Creed 3, specifically. I still haven't beat it. I actually got stuck and decided to turn it off for a while and go back with fresh eyes later, but this game is amazing!
I got it as well. I agree. Very fun game.
If you like Assassin's Creed already, this will raise the bar. And if you like American history, then it'll raise the bar even more because it's...
I had no history, but playing Assassin's Creed, maybe go like, this all seems convoluted and interesting.
It is extremely interesting. It's so much fun, and they've already shelled out a bunch of DLC for it, so I recommend looking into it if you're an Assassin's Creed fan.
Yep.
And the other game that I picked was, where did it go? The Walking Dead by Telltale Games. This game actually won a ton of awards at the Video Game Awards done by Spike TV this year, or last year, 2012. Amazing.
I have this one too.
Absolutely amazing.
It is a very good game. I need to go and complete it. I only got up to the 4th act. I never completed the 4th act, so I need to go back and do that.
You need to do that.
The 5th, isn't it?
Yes, it goes up to 5. They're making a new season. The way that Telltale Games usually does their games is they release them in sections. You pay like $25 and you get all 5, like, I'll call them mini games. But it makes one
scenarios.
Story. Yes, it follows the group, that's taking place in the story, and it's so awesome. Um, the voice actors were great. The story was awesome. I just can't do anything else but say positive things.
Very good game.
I recommend that one as well, especially if you're a Walking Dead fan. If you haven't played it already, what's wrong with you? Sorry, I had something in my throat.
And
our website of the week. Yes.
What is our website of the week?
Go to, I've got it right here on the screen. Go to ghostly.com/discovery/play. I'm going to go ahead and say this isn't our best website of the week, but I was having a really hard time finding something this week. Basically what this is this is something you can get on your mobile phone if you've got a phone that handles applications. But you go in, you set your mood, and then you pick between digital and organic, or fast or slow. You pick what you want, fast or slow, organic or digital, and it puts out a playlist, a music playlist for you. This is like our second, is it our? Yeah, this is our second music-based website of the week. Like I said, this one isn't the best, but it is pretty cool. The playlists that they generate are mainly stuff the music that they have on ghostly.com. So you might not see really mainstream bands on there, which is probably a good thing in some cases.
This is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's useful, and like I said, that's something you can get on your mobile phone if you've got like an iPhone or something with an Android store in it. You can find it that way too. I don't know how much the app is though. So yeah, ghostly.com/discovery/play. And, Will already seems to be sucked into it.
Shut up.
Yeah, see, I knew it. Just that blank stare into the screen.
Yeah, I like this.
Also, if we didn't mention it already, which we didn't, HadionDesign.com. Go check them out. They do all sorts of design stuff for businesses, pamphlets, business cards, websites, vehicle wraps.
They're pretty much our official, unofficial
sponsor.
Partner.
Yeah, partner, sponsor, whatever. Yeah.
Our friend owns the company, and we're giving free advertisement because it's a good site, and they need to get their name out there.
Yeah. So go ahead and check them out. And yeah, that's.
But remember, if you do check them out, tell them that you were sent here by select-start or select-start.
Tell them
just tell
select
them for the podcast, and you will get a 10% discount.
Yes, and also check out facebook.com, youtube.com/selectstartcast. All of our live video shows are up on YouTube. Select-start.com also has all that good stuff. And remember, if you didn't sign up already, Defiance Beta and Elder Scrolls Online Beta. Both of those.
Yep. Go and have a look at those. And also Path of Exile beta if you're interested in that style of game. There are a fair few games that are going in beta that we went over. There's a few more out there that we haven't went over, which you can go and discover for yourself.
Yes.
But there's a lot of stuff coming out. A lot of cool things.
And a lot of things for us to talk about.
Yes,
we'll see you
next week with a lot more to talk about.
I hope we get into beta on Elder Scrolls very soon. Because and I hope they raise the NDA or else it's completely useless.
If we got into the beta for Elder Scrolls and we said we're part of a podcast and we're like, can we talk about the game, get more publicity? And they go, yeah, sure. Like, all the viewers.
Yes. I will be all over that like white on rice.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, guys, so check all that stuff out, and we will catch you again next week. Oh, remember, this is a weird week, and it's going to be this way from now on. Today's Thursday, and we're doing our weekly podcast, as opposed to Torchlight 2. Torchlight 2
we did that. Yeah.
Yeah, Torchlight 2 has been moved to Wednesdays, and now we're here on Thursdays. I'm letting you know now, since it's Thursday, and it's a different day, we're going to start doing the show later. And more than likely 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So like 2 hours from when we normally do it.
Yep.
If anything changes, just watch our Facebook. That's where we put the most information for stuff like that because it's the quickest and easiest way to do it. And if you're not a Facebook person but you like Twitter, twitter.com/selectstartcast. Anything we put on Facebook goes onto our Twitter. It just boom, boom.
Also, if you guys came in late and you want to see the start of this podcast, which is probably going to be in 2 parts since the stream derped up,
Yeah.
www.youtube.com/selectstartcast. Give a subscribe onto that so you'll get, all of the videos that we do.
You'll get updates.
Different, clips from games
Yes.
and certain streams being uploaded. My YouTube is separate. You can go into the Select Start one and find mine, which will also have stuff based on Select Start on the stream, or on YouTube rather, which is youtube.com/Kirokai. They're both tied together. It's just Twitch won't let us upload streams to the same YouTube channel.
And also to our friend Red, who's currently in chat right now, if you're a subscriber to his channel, twitch.tv/RedSite, he's having some difficulties, but I'm sure he'll be back as soon as he can. I just wanted to throw that out there for any viewers of his that might be watching us as well.
And if you're watching us and you haven't checked him out, go and check him out.
Yes, twitch.tv/RedSite.
He's being very humble, saying that he just derps about and does stuff, but he's a decent streamer.
Yes. Yes, so
he's
go
not
and
very
check him
smart,
out.
though, I read.
Nice, Will. Very nice. Yeah,
well, I need to be a dick to him. I'm always a dick to him.
Red said that hopefully tomorrow he will be back up in business. So, all right, guys.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Have a nice day.
Me and this guy, him. Done.
You got it. Yeah, you're pointing in the right direction.
Me and him are more than likely going to be playing Sims 3. Yes.
Yeah. Or something. I'm actually thinking of doing some Minecraft streaming, so keep an eye out.
JT?
What? Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good week. I think our internet died.